Coming to you live from the Tino Studios in Minooka, Illinois. I'm your host, Bucky Shanks, and this is Tino Tonight. Welcome everybody to the Week 7 edition of Tino Tonight. A shakeup at the top spot in the top 25. The biggest milestone to date was hit, and we're going to jump right into it. Penn State head coach Scott Babowich is the first coach to reach 50 career wins. It's crazy to think about when he started this journey with a 3-8 record in 2019. But since 2019, all he's done is gone 47-8. What else is impressive is 27 of his 50 wins have come against ranked opponents. 34 coaches don't even have 27 career wins. Incredible job, Scott. And I apologize to the rest of the coaches in the milestones about to follow this up because, well, after that, nothing seems all that impressive. So, coaches, sorry, not sorry. Bucky, you're literally the worst. Washington State coach Austin Scott became the 17th coach to reach 30 wins. He also picked up career win number 10 versus the top 25. USC coach Jason became the 36th coach to win 20 games. Jason is finally getting USC on the right path. After going 6-28 from 2019 to 2021, USC has now gone 14-5 over the last season and a half. USC is also one of two teams still unbeaten, Bucky, in 2023. NC State coach Darryl Ward is the 37th coach to reach the 20-win plateau, taking the opposite path of USC. NC State went 10-3 in 2019, and since then, they've gone 10-31. However, they're off to a nice 4-2 record to start 2023, Bucky. And Maryland head coach Peter Pace got career win number 20 versus Big Ten teams. Mississippi State coach Nate Ficken got career win number 20 versus the SEC. And Arizona State head coach Andy Dole picked up career win number 10 versus the top 25. And that'll bring us to our top 25. Number 25, Rutgers 4-2. The Scarlet Knights have now won 3 straight after taking down Michigan State. Rutgers is 3-0 in conference play, and Maryland is up next, who is also 3-0 in conference play. Number 24, Oklahoma State 3-3. The Cowboys had their 2-game winning streak snapped by Kansas State last week. They will need to turn it around in a hurry as a red-hot Baylor team is next up. Number 23, Colorado 4-2. The Buffalo started the year 0-2 and since then have won 4 straight and are perfect to start conference play. Washington is next. 22, UCLA 3-3. The Bruins had their 3-game winning streak snapped by Arizona State. A big game with Washington State is next. Number 21, Florida State 3-3. The Seminoles hold on to being ranked thanks to the offense. They have scored at least 1,034 points in each loss. This team has been a bit snake-bitten to start 2023. Winless North Carolina is up next. Number 20, Kansas State 3-3. The Wildcats got their first career conference win last week over Oklahoma State. TCU is next up. Number 19, Kansas 4-2. The Jayhawks beat Iowa State last week. They get winless West Virginia next. Number 18, TCU 4-2. The Horned Frogs have had a bit of a good news, bad news situation to start the year. The good news, they're 3-0 to start conference play and have now won 4 in a row. The bad news is the Big 12 is an absolute gauntlet and the meat of the schedule is still ahead with Baylor and Oklahoma looming. But first, they got to try their luck with Kansas State. Number 17, Alabama 4-2. The Crimson Tide beat a taking Auburn team last week, and things will be a lot tougher this week as Tennessee is up next. Number 16, Texas Tech 4-2. The Red Raiders have been insanely fortunate to start the year. Their point total is 9th out of 10 teams in the Big 12, yet here they are 3-0 and tied for first. They have nothing to apologize for, though, as all you need to do is beat whoever lines up in front of you. That's why they don't go off paper matchups. The games are played inside your TVs. Anyway, stop rambling, Bucky, you buffoon. Texas Tech has now won 4 in a row and will look to make it 5 as they take on in-state rival Texas next. Number 15, Syracuse 4-2. The Orange took out Miami last week to improve to 2-1 in the ACC. Insanely hard 2-game stretch right here for Josh Hamilton and company. Virginia Tech and Clemson are next. Number 14, Notre Dame 4-2. The Irish have won 3 straight and currently sit atop of the ACC as a result, Bucky, of their fast start. They take on the 4-2 NC State Wolfpack next. Number 13, Purdue 4-2. The Beermakers bounced back from the loss to Maryland by winning a close, high-scoring game against Iowa. Wisconsin is next. Number 12, Iowa 3-3. The Hawkeyes lost a heartbreaker to Purdue last week, and they'll look to bounce back this week versus Nebraska. Number 11, Tennessee 4-2. The Volunteers, since starting the year 0-2, have now won 4 in a row and are unbeaten in SEC play. Alabama is up next. Number 10, Georgia 4-2. The Bulldogs had their 2-game winning streak snapped last week in a shocking loss to Vanderbilt. Mississippi State is next. Number 9, Miami 3-3. The Hurricanes started out on fire but have now dropped 2 straight. Wake Forest is next. Number 8, USC 6-0. The Trojans keep marching along and have now won 6 straight. Arizona State is next. Number 7, Oklahoma 4-2. The Sooners had their 4-game winning streak snapped at the hands of Baylor. Iowa State is up next. Number 6, Virginia Tech 4-2. The Hokies started the year 3-0, ran into a couple of buzzsaws to start conference play. Each game is now crucial if Virginia Tech is going to make any kind of run at the conference title game. Syracuse is up next. Number 5, Maryland 5-1. The Terrapins beat Nebraska to make it 3 straight to open conference play. They are 1 of 3 unbeatens in the Big Ten. Rutgers is also undefeated in the conference, and that is who is next. Number 4, Penn State 5-1. The Nittany Lions have now won 4 straight and continue to light up the scoreboard as they have scored over 1,200 points in 4 of the 6 games they've played this year. Michigan will try to slow them down this week. Number 3, Florida 6-0. The Gators remain perfect after beating South Carolina. Arkansas is up next. Number 2, Baylor 5-1. The Bears have now won 5 in a row since the season-opening loss to Maryland. Oklahoma State is next. Number 1, Clemson 5-1. The Tigers have now won 2 straight since the loss to Miami. A tanking Georgia Tech team is up next. And that'll do it for this week's edition of Tino Tonight. For everybody here at Tino Studios at Buckingham Palace, as always, I'm your host, Bucky Shanks. Good night, everybody.